Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Welcome to a new video on the Blitz Steel channel. If you're a true follower of the franchise, this is your place to stay up to date with all the hottest news straight from the NFL. And today, we have a bombshell of a news story that's shaking the Steelers world. George Pickens has been traded to the Dallas Cowboys. Before we get into all the details of this surprising transaction, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's quick, free, and helps us a lot to keep bringing updated and quality content for all of you. Now, let's get to the important part. George Pickens is no longer part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh franchise has decided to move on and send him to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a future draft pick, which according to well-known NFL journalist Adam Schefter, includes a third-round selection. This move has left many fans surprised and searching for answers about the reasons behind this decision. George Pickens, at just 24 years old, was entering the final year of his rookie contract, but despite his impressive talent, with 2,841 yards and 12 touchdowns in his first 3 seasons, not everything was positive during his time in Pittsburgh. Last season, Pickens recorded 1,140 yards and 5 touchdowns, with an impressive average of 18.1 yards per reception. However, his attitude both on and off the field was not always up to par with his abilities. The wide receiver was involved in several problematic incidents, arriving late to practices and games, and some conflicts within the locker room. These episodes undoubtedly affected his relationship with the franchise and the Steelers' final decision to let him go. The decision to trade Pickens had been developing since the end of last season. It's known that there were conversations with the Cowboys during the draft, but it was only now that this move was finalized. Furthermore, the arrival of DK Metcalf this offseason made this trade more viable for the Steelers, as they now have a solid receiving line, including Calvin Austin, veteran Robert Woods, and promising Roman Wilson. With George Pickens' departure, the spotlight now shifts to Roman Wilson. This receiver, selected in the 3rd round of the draft, is one of the players who has generated the most expectations since his arrival in Pittsburgh. Roman Wilson stood out during his time at the University of Michigan, where he showcased an impressive first-step burst, the ability to separate on short routes, and secure hands in high-pressure situations. In his last season at Michigan, he racked up 789 yards and 12 touchdowns, and he was a key piece in the campaign that led his team to the national title. The Steelers were very interested in Wilson during the draft process, having 2 official meetings with him, one at the Combine and another during a private visit. Now, with the void left by Pickens, Roman Wilson has a golden opportunity to prove his worth. His playing style fits perfectly with the offensive approach the Steelers want to implement, especially with a quarterback like Russell Wilson at the helm. It is expected that the team will play at a faster pace, with quick short passes, which could fit perfectly with Wilson's skills. Furthermore, with veterans like Metcalf and Robert Woods in the receiving group, Wilson will have time and space to develop without the immediate pressure of becoming the number 1 receiver. This move not only leaves a void in the receiver position but also opens the door for experienced players like DK Metcalf and Robert Woods to play a key role in the Steelers' offense. DK Metcalf, former player for the Seattle Seahawks, is known for his athletic explosion, physical strength, and ability to make big plays. Although his last season was somewhat inconsistent, Metcalf is still considered one of the most dangerous receivers on vertical routes. His familiarity with Russell Wilson, with whom he played for 3 seasons in Seattle, is a huge advantage, as they already have established chemistry on the field that could translate into big plays from the start of the season. On the other hand, Robert Woods, although not at the peak of his career, brings invaluable value to the team with his leadership, experience, and tactical wisdom. Woods has the ability to perform in the slot, be a reliable option in the ground game with solid blocking, and serve as a mentor to younger players like Metcalf and Wilson. Furthermore, his work ethic and professionalism are characteristics that head coach Mike Tomlin deeply values, and that could have a significant impact on the team's development. This balance between explosiveness and consistency creates a well-rounded trio for the Steelers, with a possibility that Wilson could become a key receiver in the near future. The presence of Metcalf and Woods will not only help keep the offense productive but also ease the transition to a new offensive identity for Pittsburgh. If this trade goes through, the Pittsburgh Steelers could make a significant leap in the quality of their offense. With Metcalf and Woods in the mix, the team will not only add talent but also experience and leadership, elements that were needed to strengthen a receiving group that had lost depth and reliability after Deontay Johnson's departure and the potential trade of George Pickens. Furthermore, this move could relieve some of the pressure on rookie Roman Wilson, who will now have a much more stable environment with experienced receivers to support him. This also benefits the quarterback, whether it's Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, who will now have reliable targets with a solid production history. With this new receiving lineup, the offensive coordinator will be able to be more creative in designing the passing game, making the most of the players' skills. From a locker room perspective, the presence of players like Metcalf and Woods, who are used to big stages and have a professional mindset, could be key in solidifying the work ethic and discipline culture that Mike Tomlin values so much. With these two experienced players, the Steelers would not only gain in talent but also in culture, which is essential for the team's long-term success. If the cost of the transaction is not too high, this could be one of the smartest moves of the offseason for Pittsburgh. Not only would they be strengthening their team, but they would also be showing that they are ready to compete seriously in the 2024 season. So, what do you think, Steelers fan? Would you like to see Metcalf and Woods in Pittsburgh? Leave us your comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video so we can keep bringing you the best of the Pittsburgh Steelers. See you in the next video. We have a very interesting topic today. Could the Steelers bring in Romeo Doubs, a receiver who was well known to Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay? Stay tuned to find out all the details. Today, we're focusing on a player who could be the solution to one of the Pittsburgh Steelers' most urgent needs, Romeo Doubs. Why? Well, the Steelers are looking for a new receiver after George Pickens was traded to the Dallas Cowboys. Doubs, 25, has been a player with potential since he entered the NFL in 2022, and his connection with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay could add value to this potential acquisition. Doubs was drafted by the Packers in the 4th round of the 2022 draft after a successful college career at Nevada, where he accumulated 3,322 yards and 26 touchdowns on 225 receptions. In his first year with the Packers, he recorded 42 receptions for 425 yards and 3 touchdowns, despite sharing the field with other promising rookies like Christian Watson and Samori Toure. Over his first 2 seasons, Doubs has shown himself to be a reliable option, with 105 receptions, 1,275 yards, and 12 touchdowns in 30 games. However, in the 2024 season, he dealt with several concussion issues, which kept him out of some important games. He was also suspended for detrimental conduct in October of last year. With the arrival of Matthew Golden, a receiver selected in the first round of the 2025 draft, Doubs could see his role reduced in the Packers, making a trade even more likely. In the Steelers' offense, which is looking for someone to fill the void left by Pickens, Doubs could be the key piece. Another important aspect is Romeo Doubs' connection with Aaron Rodgers. During their time together in Green Bay, Rodgers was one of Doubs' biggest supporters. In fact, the veteran quarterback trusted him to be one of the key pieces of the offense in his first year in the league. Rodgers could directly influence the Steelers' decision regarding Doubs, not only because of the trust they have in each other, but also because Rodgers could impact Doubs' playing style in Pittsburgh. If the Steelers managed to sign Rodgers, as many expect, it wouldn't be a surprise if they decided to acquire Doubs, who could serve as an ideal replacement for Pickens. Rodgers' chemistry with Doubs could translate into explosive on-field performance, along with offering the experience the Steelers need to take the next step in their offense. If the Steelers managed to make a deal for Doubs, how would this affect the team? First, it would be a great addition to the receiving corps. Doubs has the skills to be a reliable number 2 receiver, and alongside Deontay Johnson, he could form a dangerous combination for opposing defenses. Additionally, Doubs offers experience in an offense that could need stability after recent changes. For the Packers, the trade would be a win-win. Doubs is entering the final year of his rookie contract, and due to his injury and suspension, his future in Green Bay looks uncertain. With the arrival of Golden, combined with Doubs' potential departure, this trade becomes more and more likely. The Packers could receive a draft pick that would allow them to continue strengthening their team for the future. The potential acquisition of Doubs could significantly strengthen the Steelers' offense, providing them with a solid and quality option at the receiver position, while also leveraging the existing relationship with Rodgers to maximize everyone's performance on the field. Now we want to hear from you, Steelers fan. What do you think about the possible arrival of Romeo Doubs? Do you think he would be the perfect replacement for George Pickens? How would Doubs' addition impact the Steelers' offensive game? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated. See you in the next video, and may the Steelers continue to fight for glory.